is my name. Oh crap. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Topanga Jameson. I hope you enjoy the video I am about to give y'all today. But I'm going to give you a video of the time I locked my uncle out of the house while he was babysitting. And I have an uncle named Johnny Boy that I affectionately call him. He has been on my channel several times. And he has been a regular. So one day when I was 2.5 years old, a little backstory before I get into this story, my aunt had met my uncle Johnny Boy at my first birthday party. So essentially they say that I was the matchmaker that brought them together, because if I never had a first birthday party, there would be no love story of Johnny Boy and Shelly Bop. So with that being said, my Aunt Shelly Bop had decided, and that is a nickname that my dad affectionately gave her, and it's just something we all call her. So my Aunt Shelly Bop had decided that she had to go run errands. My mom was at a doctor's appointment, had to pick us up something at our family business, and she was going to be delayed, but she thought I was in good hands with my aunt, and unfortunately that was not the case. And I did not get in trouble for this. So fast forward, I am 2.5 years old, and they think that I am taking a nap, but I ended up waking up, getting out of my bed, and they thought it would be fine leaving me alone in the house because the trash can was not even 5 steps from our house. So, unbeknownst to them, I was wide awake. And boy, did Topanga get her revenge. Oh yes, she did. Topanga, me, ended up locking them out of the house. They could not get in the back door, they could not get in the front door, and they could not get in the side door of the house. Now picture this, we are in Oklahoma. I am 2 years old, I am 33, do the math. I'm not gonna do it for you, I'm not great at math. So then I turn around and I end up locking all the doors. Well, my aunt had, called the house phone and told them that she was going to be a little delayed, but the answering machine got it. And it was about 2 hours before anybody showed up. And the first person to show up was my Aunt Michelle, and she is like pleading with me to open the door, and I'm not doing it. And I tell my mom, because my mom ends up pulling up, and I let the cat out of the bag. I tell my mom, hey, they left me home alone essentially while they went out and did, took out the trash. And I explained that to him, and my uncle's like, I will give you $50 if you open this door now. I will buy you a toy. He is just trying to bargain with me, and my aunt is out there and my aunt didn't have a key to the screen door, or this debacle would have ended a lot sooner. So my mom ended up getting in, and I didn't really get in trouble. She did have a talking to me like, hey, don't lock people out the house. And I said, well, they left me home alone. And she's like, that doesn't give you the right to lock them out of the house. And so my mom didn't like that very much. And that was the last time my uncle ever babysat me. And it is a running joke in our family. Every time I come to visit their house, he would say, hey, do you want to do a demonstration of the time you locked me out of the house? And I say, no, Uncle Johnny boy, not today. But yeah, they stood out there for 2 hours. So fast forward, we go camping. I am 6 years old at this point, and it was going to be, or no, I was 5.5, almost 6. And my aunt decides, because they are getting married and I'm going to be their flower girl, and we won't be living in the same house anymore, and she will be so many hours away, and I will still get to see her, but not as I do every day. So, they decide to take me on a camping trip to this national state park thing that I had never been, and they were gonna go whitewater rafting with me, and I ended up getting really itchy and I just could not sleep. You could constantly hear the water running from nature, and I don't mind that. That's a beautiful thing, and I love nature, I'm not gonna lie. But it was so my aunt had given me like this little bowl, and it cackled like a witch, and it lit up, and it was like this grayish white color, and I played with it the whole night in the tent. I had never been on a camping trip, but my aunt was the only one that knew that, and my uncle did not. And he says to this day he would have loved to know that. So I had never, the closest I came to camping when I was younger, my dad had an RV, and we would like go to Quartz Mountain, and we would go to things like that, and we would just camp that way. I had never really camped in a tent, to be honest with you. So fast forward, they take me camping, and my aunt starts like rubbing my back to try to get me to sleep. And she feels like this bumpy or texture, that chicken pox is. I have had chicken pox twice in my life. And so I am supposed to be with these people for 2 whole weeks. And so for some reason, my mom could not get down right away. And so the whole night I am playing with the flashlight, and I'm saying, Hawk, who goes there? Hawk, who goes there? And it's kind of getting on my uncle's nerves. So as soon as my Aunt Michelle says, I think she has chicken pox, John darts out of that tent and does like he's a bird, like he's gonna do a karate move. And she goes, I swear to God, so help me God, you better help me pack this tent, and you better get her in the car. So my mom had packed my clothes, and I got really upset that we couldn't, and I was like bawling. I didn't want to go. I was having fun, even though I was covered in chicken pox at this point, and she had calamine lotion in her car, so she started rubbing it on me before they got me in, just to make sure it wasn't so itchy. So at that point in time, I ended up staying with them for 2 weeks, and the plan was we were going to meet in Amarillo. If you don't know where that is, that's in Texas. And we were going to do the drop-off there because my aunt lived there. So I am just itchy. I am just miserable. So my aunt tries to make the best of it, and they end up pitching the tent in their small 1-bedroom apartment living room. And that is the washer, guys. And they are like, okay, we're going to make the best of this situation. So my aunt had gone to the store, and she got me like this Sesame Street camper with all the Sesame Street characters, Big Bird, and and it had like campfire and hot dogs, and Ernie had a backpack, and I remember it was a green color with a white. So she made the best of it. We went out to eat. We went everywhere, and she even made me a couple grilled cheeses. So they used to joke with me before they had kids that they were going to name their kids Mucus and Bartholomew. And I am a literal person, so I always took things very literally, and I still do from time to time. And my aunt would joke with me. Still to this day, she jokes with me. And I can gladly tell you that it's not my cousins' names at all. They know who they are. So I was just miserable. So finally I get to go home, and not even a year later I catch chicken pox again. So I have had a chicken pox a total of 2 times in my lifetime, and that was the story time. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I do want to thank everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate the love that my channel's gotten. I really appreciate the comments. Please continue to leave the comments what you would like to see in another video. I am going to do a 1950s video for y'all guys coming up pretty soon, because I did get my 1950s dress in the mail. And I am going to do my hair like a 1950s. I'm just doing research, and I did clean my hair with a new shampoo I've been using, and I really, really like it. But I hope that y'all have a great day. And I'm going to start getting ready for work, and I hope everybody is well and safe.